For them in that moment, the poor fans got up on their feet and they thought, okay, who is it going to be? And they got their phones out. They're excited. And
Ah,
then Jinder comes out and they all sit down and a pin drops inside the Pachanga arena. And they're like, okay, well, this. Mm.
that's a Vince special right there. Triple H absolutely got that from Vince. That's a Vince special to hype it up like that, and then have Jinder come out and be like, "It's me, guys. What do you mean? It's me." And then the all set it all like that's what Vince would do that all the time. Anytime he's gonna have this big guy celebrity come out, he's usually gonna have one of his annoying heels in the ring anyway. So, and the best part about it of the whole get was that they let Jinder talk for a little bit, like they was like, yeah, this is it for real. Here you go. They let like Jinder got a lot of time. I was like, yeah, you're really letting this dude talk. What's going on here?
They let him talk a lot. He got the what chance. He was booed. He was cutting a promo about how he's upset with America for being so divided and saying, oh, you're not united. You're more divided than ever. It's the politics. It's what you watch on TV. It's what you listen to on the radio. This country sucks. And I'm here to tell you why. In fact, I'm here to unite you as one. And if I recite the national anthem in Punjabi, would you recognize your own song and you didn't? So you booed your own national anthem, San
That was
Diego. You should
great.
be really proud of yourselves. And he did get them there. So he was just trashing the United States. He was like going in, talking about the people. And he was like, I'm going to be like in the championship hunt once again. There have been over 50 WWE champions. And he said out of his own mouth, I am at the top of that list as one, if not the greatest champion who ever lived. I'm like, Jinder, I want whatever you're having. I need whatever you're drinking because that is a lie, sir. So as he continues this diatribe, I blame whoever was on the main stage. I blame whoever was in position to film something because I saw this dude in the front row and he stood up and everybody else started to get their shit together and get their phones ready because somebody came out in position for someone to come out. So in my trained eye saw that in the crowd, like, okay, here comes the surprise. And sure enough, the Rock's music hits. There's the pop. And WWE tried to unfocus the crowd because they saw them getting ready for something. So I blame whoever came out there to get in position. Don't ever do that again because you tip these fans off that something was about to happen. But the Rock comes out to a huge ovation. The pop never misses. He comes out to an amazing ovation, and Jinder Mahal is seething at the real former WWE champion that was supposed to show up on Monday Night Raw. And, back on cable television, we get to say all kinds of crazy things. And that includes, I don't know, calling someone an asshole. And it was not bleeped off of the USA Network. Could not believe it. I was very happy to hear that being uncensored on the show. Very pleased about that. So we get to The Rock just talking trash about Jinder Mahal, you know, bringing up the spirit of the Iron Sheik. And it was fine. I can take or leave some of The Rock's comedy in the 1990s and early 2000s. No lie about that. I'm trying to be fair, I'm trying to be decent, trying to be honest about some stuff. And it was all right. I will say I did laugh at him shading Baywatch.
Yeah, he took a couple shots at his own movie, but The Rock, and he's still trying to hold it down for the 199 in the 2000s instead of just being in the 2024s. But you know what you're getting. Like you know what you're getting. His new thing now is to do the, well, I don't know if it's a new thing, but his thing recently that he's been making sure to really try to do is to get one side to chant one thing and the other side to chant the other thing. So uh, the D1D, as I'm acquainted, that he has uh, christened upon Jinder Mahal. We'll see if it has any legs, but I fully expect the D1D to come back at a later point. That is usually what can really hurt somebody. So it'll be, now that he's proclaimed his declaration, it will be curious to see if he D1Ds anybody else.
Okay. So The Rock continues talking, and he does this very unique national anthem for Jinder Mahal's balls, or lack thereof. And he basically says, by the end of this song, I'm gonna whoop your ass, but Jinder gets to jump first on The Rock. And The Rock fights back, lays him out with the spine buster and the people's elbow, and proceeds to take off his belt to whip Jinder Mahal a couple times. Okay. That was an old
Random.
fashioned country ass whooping, if there ever was one. Then he gets on the mic. Now, see, this is the moment things changed because I thought one or two things was about to happen. So, thing one, so he grabs the microphone. He tells San Diego, I am about to go out and I'm going to do something. And I thought to myself, he's going to shout out like a famous establishment in San Diego to pop the crowd so they can go home happy. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Then I thought to myself, is he about to say he's about to run for president?
I don't, what? What?
Yes. I thought he was having a young Rock moment for real. It was how he was prepping the statement.
Right. No doubt.
Like,
President, though?
Listen, he did it on his show. Well, listen, he said, I can launch my campaign to San Diego tonight. And I have my grassroots fundraiser website right here, rock.org. And you can donate as much as you like to help me become the next president of the United States. I thought it was going that way too. Or he's about to eat somewhere very nice and saying in San Diego and pop the restaurant. But then he talked about sitting at the bar, sitting in a booth. And then he said the words that popped the people. And I think it dashed Cody Rhodes' hopes and dreams for WrestleMania 40 when he says, how about I have a seat at the head of the table? And the fans lost their minds. They knew what that meant immediately. The Rock said, bet, drop the mic. If you smell what he's cooking, he leaves. And Wade Barrett says, well, Paul Heyman, call Roman Reigns. The time has come to make that call because his cousin has called him out on Monday Night Raw. And so it begins. The first real tease on a live microphone, which means the deal is imminent, that something is happening. Now, I know the fans are panicking right now, thinking, oh God, could it be WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia? I will say, I don't think so, because I did read an article that suggests that Australia wants a Dwayne The Rock Johnson appearance at Elimination Chamber. Now, will that happen? I do not know, but I will tell you this. The Royal Rumble just got a hell of a lot more interesting because depending how they place the Rumbles and Roman Reigns' match on this card, if The Rock is going to be in Tampa, you close the show with Roman Reigns versus whoever he'll be facing at the Rumble. Roman wins, and then Dwayne confronts his cousin at Tropicana Field, and you can do whatever you like heading into Elimination Chamber. This will not happen at WrestleMania. I do not believe that. I do believe in my heart that Cody will finish his story, but we're taking a very fancy, splashy, expensive detour to get there.
Yeah, I already told you I'm not worried. I already told you they are just making special editions, and maybe they might be adding a couple an epilogue to it at the end. Figuring out how they want to do the very last couple pages, maybe a forward here or there or something. But yeah, I ain't worried about that. But I agree with you as far as and the other reason why I don't think you can do The Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania. Match quality is it means something now at WrestleMania. You can't just close that show with anything. Like Stone Cold versus Kevin Owens was a great match. That was a great match. I don't know if The Rock can do that. My man hit a spine buster in a people's elbow and woo!
He was tired.
Woo!
He was gassed up.
The reason the last part took so long is because he had to take a couple breaths and you know I'm gonna eat at the bar? Or should I eat at the booth? Or the head of the table. Got him to cheer so that way he could breathe while it's real loud. Yeah, you ain't slick. You ain't slick. I saw what you was doing, but nah, that's a lot to ask to do a WrestleMania main event caliber match to follow potentially a Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. Not gonna happen. Are you serious? To follow a potential Cody versus whoever, to follow a Gunther versus whoever. It can't be The Rock versus Roman. So that's the main reason I think it's got to be at the elimination where you're going to have just a stadium full of people who are going to go nuts for The Rock no matter what he does and how basic of a match it is, which is fine. But that's the crowd you do that for because they know how special this is going to be. And there's going to be a different level of appreciation because it's The Rock, it's this match, and they're in this arena.
Yes. And I will tell you this, The Rock will have everybody up at 4 o'clock in the morning, Eastern time, to watch the show in Australia. That's what's going to happen. This will be the most watched late night Peacock special in recorded history. That's what it's going to be. He's going to get people up to watch this. The West Coast will be a little bit better. But yeah, the East Coast is out here. We're going to be up at 4 o'clock, 5 a.m. watching this, no doubt about it, because it's The Rock. And you can do this. And as you said, WrestleMania is a big ask. This is much different than where we were, 5-10 years ago when you could be in the main event and you can do the bare minimum. No, there is expectations now to have a great WrestleMania main event. You could have a nice showcase match at WrestleMania, and it can be 5-10 minutes in the main event. You got to put on basically a 25-minute classic for the fans to really say, okay, you did that. And The Rock, yeah, it's concerning that he did 2 moves and he was tired immediately and he was gassed out. And it felt like he was having contractions and he was taking deep breaths trying to push. It was, I'm just saying that's what he was doing. Like,
yeah. He was definitely doing some breathing techniques for sure.
Push. Okay. And bar. And booth. Okay, let me get that last sentence all the way out. Head of the table. Breathe.
They ate it up though. They ate it up.
They did. The fans lost their minds, and hey, it worked. But yes, I'm not worried about Cody either. He's going to be all right. This is why you have PLEs. That's why they have these out of the country, because they're making a boatload of money, and you don't want to put half the effort in. You want to give the international fans a show, and The Rock being in Australia is a show, and it does not have to be at WrestleMania in order to give the people what they want. And he's not talking about a championship. He's talking about, I am the head of my family, not this guy who said so the last 3 years. I'm about to check him. But what I'm really here for are the promos. And I hope that Dwayne is going to kind of deviate from the jokes and get really, really dead ass serious, because Roman will. He might cut that man down. He might call out that man's lack of box office success the last couple of years and say, I'm the box office success now in the family. I'm the draw here, not you. And I want this to be personal. I want it to be shady. I want them to really go at it. Like, leave the cutesy jokes at home, Dwayne. I want you to go out there and cut a promo that can sell me against you and your cousin, preferably at Elimination Chamber.
I actually want a little bit more than that. I want, CM Punk and Cody Rhodes to have a little couple jab, because CM Punk, if anybody, like, this dude's like, yo, I just came back and The Rock is about to try to take another main event from me. What? Yeah, I need words from CM Punk about this. I need words from Cody Rhodes. Hey, Dwayne, I want face-to-face type like just these moments that you can have of these guys in the ring together of what these possible, like, just think if you have the four of them in the ring talking about one of them finishing their story with Roman Reigns. Oh, having Roman and Seth Rollins in the ring together and those three in the ring talking about some, hey, this is what it looks like. I mean, like, I think of those type of moments that you can have now with The Rock in the mix talking about some, hey, I'm here. And this is another reason why. I mean, you think about Roman beating The Rock and then Cody Rhodes beating Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. The Rock's absolutely going to have a little something to say about Solo and all them being out there. And The Rock is going to be that equalizer that comes out, and it's probably going to be that final nail in the coffin that hits. Like, I fully expect The Rock to get hit, but a barrage of finishers from, like I said, literally every single person he's ever screwed over except for Matt Riddle, who is somewhere in some major league doing wrestling somewhere. But everywhere else, everybody else, everybody else, I'm fully expecting to come out and just hit them with their finisher.
When that day comes, everybody gets their pound of flesh. Sammy, Kevin, Randy, AJ, Drew McIntyre. You know, they all gonna collect on Roman Reigns when that day comes. But I think that CM Punk is actually the most secure because he said, I got a night to main event WrestleMania. I don't know about Cody. I got my night locked up. I don't know about him. I secured my spot. That's why they made 2 nights. They didn't know they made it for me because I ain't got nothing to complain about.
That dude said, "Hey, listen, Cody, man. You know, I'm already locked in on Raw. You know what I'm saying? I'm locked in on Raw. You know, wherever we go, I'm locked in. You know, I've already me and Seth, we like our book too. We working on special editions too, Cody. You know what I'm saying? We can't go back. We can't go back. Our story's done too, buddy. So yeah, we locked in over here. You know, I don't know if they're gonna make me another show here. I don't know if I can do that here. You know what I'm saying, Cody? I'll try. I might be able to get you a superstars. I can bring Saturday night's main event back for you, maybe. You know.
Oh my gosh. You are ridiculous.
I'm just saying, I'm just thinking of options. You know, I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to help.
You're sick. But that is true. But like I said, CM Punk has actually the most secure spot because he said, I came back and there's 2 nights of WrestleMania and I'm on one of them babies. And the fact is, me and Seth, we got that on lockdown no matter what. Whatever you say, whatever you do, I am going to be in that spot for a night, preferably night 1, the best night of WrestleMania. Whoops.
And let me just real quick shout out to Tanner. Just said he subbed to the channel. Welcome to the Fight Game fam.
Yes, and he has something to say as well. He says Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania 40. Cody can face Gunther at WrestleMania 40 for the IC title. Well,
Now that's an interesting, and you know, Cody, you know, that's an interesting concept. Cody winning every title on his way to the world title. I mean, Cody's a wrestling fan at heart. You know what I mean? And him going the old win the tag titles, win the IC title, then win the title, and beating Gunther means something. So that's if we have to get Rock and Roman at WrestleMania, because like we said, CM Punk's locked in. That's signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. You know, shout out to Stevie. But if that's going to be the backup plan for Cody, I'm okay with that. He's got to win though. He's got to beat Gunther at this point.
man, this has got to be the make good of you gotta win. We apologize for delaying your story 2 years in a row. We are so sorry. We didn't mean it. But yeah, he's got to beat him. But yeah, we really live in a world where CM Punk is the most secure person heading into WrestleMania because he says, my night is locked in. I got my opponent. I got my feud. I have nothing to worry about. And who am I to judge 2 nights of WrestleMania ever again? That is why it exists now.